Here.
Yes. Sure, one moment.
Sorry. I ran to Liam's desk, but hello, everyone. I just wanted to say, so first off, this CDP is really just to permit converting a garage into a accessory dwelling unit, and the only ground disturbance that occurred was installing a septic system, and the landowner has let me know that the installation of the septic system was actually put in roughly like 40 years ago. So I didn't realize that until later on. So I just hope that is considered with the determination. That's all. Thank you. I don't think so. I don't think that actually was the case. I'm pretty sure this is its first time going to Art Commission, actually. Let me look. Yes. Yes. Oh, yeah, I saw that there was a public comment to that. That is not what the original application. So if she were to change that original request, that would be something to consider. But she would also have to get a septic design from the Carl Ritteman, and she has not done that. So I don't know. I can send you guys the public comment that she submitted. If you give me access, maybe I can send, or I can actually do a share screen um, to. Yeah, I'm sharing screen. Yeah, yeah, that's the thing though. I'm not sure whether um, like she hasn't, in my opinion, or hasn't shown um, this new proposal to the septic design company. So that's the only thing. We don't have any project material that would change this. So I think maybe I could um, bring this back to an art commission hearing once we figure out a new project. But for right now, um, all of the project materials that I had um, was the original stuff and not this public comment here. Well, maybe uncertain because I was not aware of this at all, and um, I actually gave this project to Russ Ford. I'm just filling in for him because he's on vacation. But yeah, I wasn't aware of this public comment until today. Um, so I think maybe she also needs to consult with the septic system people, Carl Rutterman, and get a new site design because it's not demonstrated on the evaluation we have on record. So uncertain might be better. Please, thank you. Thank you. Hello, can you hear me now? Awesome, thank you. Great. I switched offices recently. Okay, so the project that we are on now is the Scarlatos, is that correct? Okay, so I took this to the Art Commission last month, I would say, and I think and the the agent wanted to see whether they could do tribal monitoring or an ARC study. And I think with the results of last time, it was you guys determined tribal monitoring was appropriate. But the applicant requested that, or the agent requested that they talk to the agent or the applicant and figure out which is the cheaper option. And they really want to do an ARC study instead of tribal monitoring. And so they have hired someone to do ARC study, and they have not submitted it yet, but they will at the end of probably this year or maybe early January. Yeah, so I think this needs to be possibly rescheduled until a date in here uncertain. Please. Oh. Oh, really? Oh, you were right. Sorry. By the way, oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was incorrect, sorry. I was switching around my computer and that completely switched around my brain in a way. So apologize for that. But yes, it's actually a very small ground disturbance and it's in the, I'm gonna show a screen just to give you a new idea of the plot plan that we have. The solar panels will be in basically an already disturbed area and already whatchamacallit, yeah, it's like within the building envelope. So let me just show you the else here. Share. So look, this is the fence and its existing fence. This is the solar panels that would is new, and then the 100 and something feet would be oh yeah, it's like right here, the trenching, and it's within the fence line, so it's already disturbed. Just letting you know.
I'll second.
Thank you. Sorry about that confusion.
Yes.
That's correct. I can provide a little background once we start the meeting again after we sort out those issues.
Contains a recorded historic site. Recommended that a qualified professional archaeologist update the condition of this site. Oh yeah, I remember.
And the original report was like 2001 or something like that, I think.
That's correct, 2001.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, thank you.
2001,
Okay, she says she hears us now, so we're good.
yeah. Okay, well, we'll start again on item 3C, CDP 2024-0031. Owner is Bill Knapp and, okay, Barbara LTTES Knapp. The applicant is Bill Knapp. The request is coastal development permit to authorize the work completed under emergency permit EM 2024-0001 to redirect groundwater seeping out of the bluff face to a different location, which involved drilling 6 extraction wells, installing pneumatic pumps and trenching to connect the wells to an existing sump. The location is 4.5 plus minus miles north of Westport on the west side of State Route 1, 0.3 plus minus miles south of its intersection with County Road 430, located at 43026 North Highway 1 Westport. Parcel number 013-0820-02, and Liam Crowley is the planner.
And then Bill is on now.
Okay, Bill Cole is in. So Liam, you want to give us a little?
Sure. Afternoon, everyone. This is Liam. So just a little background on this project. This is a follow-up to an emergency permit. So the applicant had originally obtained an emergency permit as Keith had said, to redirect water that was seeping off the bluff face to stabilize the bluff. And so they received that emergency permit and have already completed the work. One of the requirements of emergency permits is that the applicant has to submit a coastal development permit application, follow-up CDP, within 60 days of getting the emergency permit. So that's what's before you right now is the follow-up. There wouldn't be any additional work done beyond what was already completed as part of the emergency permit. But as we were discussing earlier, there was a survey done back in 2001 that detailed the Union Landing site. And so I reached out to the applicant and had them give me a copy of the older survey, and that's what's before you right now. So I'm available for any questions if you have any. Thanks.
How large is this land area? Do you know?
I do. I'll have to. You'll have to excuse me a moment to find that. I believe it's 12 acres or so. Let me confirm. Yeah, the total parcel is around 12.5 acres.
And the entire area has already been surveyed.
I believe so. I can't remember what that survey mentions.
And
It's
the
got to be
owner
written
is
somewhere
online as well.
Okay.
in the survey.
There we go.
I don't remember off the top of my head. I'd have to read through the,
Whether the boundaries are the same.
yeah.
The owner has his hand raised.
Okay. Bill Knapp. Oh. I think we have Bill Knapp on the line too, Liam. I'll put Bill Knapp on. Go ahead, Bill. State
Okay,
your-
hi, I'm item number 3D. I'm logging in late, sorry, but hopefully it's either not been done yet or we can cover it.
Yeah, state your name and go ahead.
Well, my name is Bill Knapp. The case number is CDP 2024-0031. And my understanding is there's some concern that the work we did to deal with an emergency coastal development permit might have somehow impinged on some archaeological things that were found almost 20 years ago when we first did the building. And I don't know if Liam has passed on the information related to the CDP permit, but all of the work was done. All of the work was done in a driveway that was in an area that was absolutely cleared of any possible historical artifacts. The site had been a landing. That's not good.
No.
So I'm going to mute for the moment because I seem to be causing an echo.
Okay, Bill. I mean, yeah, Bill.
Bill, Cole, do you have two right now?
Not functioning.
Bill, are you just using one account or did you let someone else log into another one? Okay, I'm gonna remove the second one. I'm gonna remove this one. Okay.
You're muted, Bill. Commissioner Cole, you're muted.
Okay, which Bill are you talking to? This is Bill Knapp.
I was trying for Commissioner Cole.
Okay, I'm going to.
Yeah, it says I have been removed.
Yeah,
By the
you're good.
host.
It looks like you joined as two separate accounts. So I removed one of them. That was what was causing the noise.
Go ahead, Mr. Knapp.
Okay, I'll kind of go back and start over because I'm not sure what you were able to hear before, but the work that was done, which was related to dewatering wells, which we're trying to intercept water that's coming through our bluff edge. Our bluff was uncompacted fill put in the mid-late 50s by Caltrans, which we didn't really understand at the time that the building permit was issued and everything. So we're trying to manage the groundwater. The wells are below Highway 1 by about 20 feet where the level surface that the house was built on was. There's 6 of them. They were all drilled in the existing driveway. There was, and that whole area around the house had been cleared by the archaeological survey that Thad Van Buren did, which I did find a copy of, and I did forward to Liam Colley. I don't know if you people have it or not, but in any event, no work was done in any area that wasn't completely cleared, and it was in fact the driveway that had been installed when the house was built in 2004, and so all of the work that was done was in an existing driveway. We were drilling wells on the edge of the driveway below Highway 1. We have about a 20-foot steep bluff rising up from our property to Highway 1, the west side of Highway 1. And that particular area where our house is where a huge amount, Caltrans has moved the highway 20 feet east. And we have a lot of work going on, not on our property, but east of the highway. And there's a lot of, now with the rain starting again, they've changed the drainage. I think it's going to be for the good when it's finally done. But there's a huge amount of water coming down off the highway and going through a area that had been an engineered swale that had been put in at the time the house was built. And that seems to be, you know, based on the geotech analysis, that swale was not going to have any issue carrying the additional water that we were going to be putting into it over what Caltrans was already running through it. And it has been functioning very well for almost 20 years. That swale that's carrying the water away from the house to an area of the bluff edge, which at the time was considered the best. I'm not sure what the right term is for the geology, but the most solid area. And there has been zero erosion in that area, while other areas further north of our house had enough erosion that it's causing Caltrans to move the highway. So that's the summary. If there's any questions, I'll try to answer them.
Liam?
Liam, do you have comments?
Yeah, I just wanted to circle back to Commissioner Johnson's question, and I'll share my screen. This was about how much of the area had been surveyed by the prior survey. I think you can see here, these dashed lines show untested areas that may be archaeologically sensitive. It says no construction unless further study is conducted. And you can see the house here, and you can kind of compare that with the site plan that was included in the application. If I go to my other tab here, you can see these bright blue dots are the dewatering wells locations, and the brown is the trenching. So you can see, if you kind of compare the two, it seems like as Mr. Knapp had stated, the wells were outside of the area that hadn't been surveyed in the past. That's all I want to say. Thanks.
Any comments, Commissioner Cole?
He's got his hand, Bill Knapp's got
Oh,
his hand raised.
I'll get to you next, Bill.
Okay, I just want to mention that dotted area that Liam was just showing, that area is at the top of the bluff and is actually, part of that's out in Caltrans right away. And it has been significantly worked on by Caltrans. Not all of it, but that area. So none of it is at the level of where any of our construction has been done. It's all 10 to 15 feet above the grade of where our house is. So in any event, that area has never been touched by any construction related to our project from the beginning, that area that was in the dotted lines. I've never seen that drawing before, by the way. If it was in the report, I guess maybe I did see it, but I didn't. I don't remember it at all. That was new, seemed new to me. Okay, that's all I have to say.
So Liam, the issue is having an updated report done. Is that what we're looking for from the commission?
That's what the Northwest Information Center suggested. But if there's, well,
Yeah.
I'll let Commissioner Call comment.
Well, does everything comply with Thad's recommendations?
Whose recommendation?
Yeah, the previous archaeological report.
Well, it doesn't sound like they're gonna
If it does,
impact. Go ahead.
If it does, then it seems like we should approve this. I have to change my gauze.
So, Northwest Information Center just said, recommended that a qualified professional archaeologist update the condition of this site on Office of Historic Preservation's DPR 523 resource recordation form. Assess potential impact of the proposed project activities on this site and provide project-specific recommendations as warranted.
Sounds like
So-
it's not going to impact the archaeological
Yeah, I don't
side.
think it
And it
is.
sounds like it might be more of a Caltrans issue than private ownership,
Right,
which they usually are pretty good about archaeological surveys. Most of the work I've done in my career has been working along the highway. you
right,
know.
yeah.
So I think we should just accept the original report, or however it would be worded. Doesn't sound like this project's gonna impact
No.
anything.
Any comments, Commissioner Dick?
No, I think we should just approve the previous one as well.
So Commissioner Cole, the commission is, you're in line with that too? Accept the previous
Mhm.
condition? I mean, report? So
Mhm.
I'll make a motion to not require an additional archaeological report and accept the one done in 2001.
Second,
Let's see, that's, I'll have to do a roll call vote. Commissioner Cole,
Mm-hmm.
Commissioner Dick,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
yes.
and staff, yes. Okay, so 4-0.
Mr. Knapp, it's all done.
Thank you, Mr. Knapp. You don't need to do an additional survey or anything.
Okay, is it okay if am I done then? Sounds like I'm finished. I can go ahead and log out. Well, anyway,
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
very glad I managed to get in here because I almost missed it. We've had our power's out and we've had some stuff happening here because of the rain. But, all right, very good. Thank you. I'm going to leave now.
Okay. So now we're on to 3D. Administrative permit 2019-0106, owner applicant Matthew Kuhn, agent Javier Rao. It's an administrative permit for a 10,000 square foot mixed light cannabis cultivation operation, permit type 2B within the Timberland Production Zoning District. Location is 4.2 plus minus miles southeast of Compshe Town Center, lying on the east side of Compshe Ukiah Road, County Road 223, 2 plus minus miles northwest of its intersection with Low Gap Road, County Road 212, located at 26501 Compshe Ukiah Road, Compshe, parcel number 125-280-77. Is Rob Fitzsimmons here?
Yes, hi.
There was a note here that's saying maybe continue this item if there's no survey.
Sorry, this is AP 2019-0106, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so the applicant has indicated they are actively working on a survey, so I imagine this item will be pretty quick. NWIC recommended a survey be required. Yeah, technically the commission can consider that recommendation, but as I said, the applicant's already working on it, so yeah.
And I see Javier is here in the room, so do you have state your name and your comments?
Oh yeah, I'm Javier Around, the agent. I didn't quite hear you clearly, Rob. Did you say that the recommendation from the staff was to not recommend a agricultural study?
No, so the Northwest Information Center recommended that a study be performed.
Right.
Generally, how it works is that recommendation then goes to this hearing body to confirm that or not. But since you've already indicated that you're working on the study, arguably this didn't need to go to this hearing, but it was already scheduled when you told me that.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to spend a lot of time on this item, but yeah.
So you're having a study prepared,
We are.
so we'll have to continue this until that's complete?
Yeah, and as soon as I get it, I'll just email it to Rob and then he can reschedule us on the agenda.
So we'll continue this to an unspecified type date.
Do you guys have any meetings in December?
There's one on
The
the
11th, right?
12th.
On the
No.
12th?
Oh, I'm sorry,
11th.
11th, yeah.
Okay.
So do you want to do the 11th? Or you just want to?
How much lead time, Rob, do you need to process this information once we have the archaeological study done?
It has to be,
We would need it at least by November 22nd.
which is just a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Probably should
Yeah.
continue on to uncertain.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll make a motion to continue this item to a date uncertain. Do I have a second?
Second.
And roll call vote. Bill Call, yes. Commissioner Dick?
Yes.
And Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
And staff says yes too. So that one will be continued, Javier, to, we're not sure when.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
And moving on to, we go back to, which was 3A, is now 4A, which is administrative permit AP 2024-0031. The owner applicant just has the address, 52000 North Highway 101 Laytonville LLC. The agent is Javier Rao. This is an administrative permit for a 10,000 square foot mixed light cannabis cultivation operation, permit type 2B, within the Timberland Production Zoning District. The location is 8.1 plus minus miles northwest of Laytonville Town Center on a private drive off the west side of Highway 101, 2.5 plus minus miles south of its intersection with Spy Rock Road, County Road 323, located at 52000 North Highway 101, Laytonville, parcel number 013-510-48. And again, Rob is the planner. You have comments, Rob?
I do not. Just here for available for questions.
We can't really hear you, Rob.
Can you hear me now?
Barely. Yeah, we can't.
All right, I'm not sure how else I can add to this, but again, I don't have any presentation to give. Just if you have questions, I can answer them.
And Javier, you're on this one as well?
I am. Yeah, we had an archaeological study performed, and I gave that archaeological study to Rob some weeks back, so we're hoping for approval.
And this
So
one
what I have is that there was already a recorded site,
yeah.
and it says they recommended they survey the rest and update the condition of the site, but you're already past that.
Yep.
So this is kind of like the last one, continue it. I mean, they're already
Well,
surveying it.
No, there
The
is a
survey
survey.
should have been made available to the commissioners
Yeah, it's right.
like a week or two ago.
Okay.
Yeah,
It only looks like one place where there might be an archaeological site, where the Camp Sebo is. That's what it says on that.
Is that from Sonoma State?
This is just a USGS map with your, if I'm on the right one.
so
The subject parcel is the same.
my notes are: one prehistoric site was identified within project area, although it has been negatively impacted by past grading activities. Recommendation that site be avoided by any further ground disturbance. I think that's what the report was saying.
That is what the report did say.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so the applicant, the owner's here, and I'm the applicant, Javier Rao, we're in agreement with the findings and the recommendation of that report.
Okay.
Any comments, Commissioner Cole?
Mm,
Okay.
I'm good.
Commissioner Dick, comments?
No, I think we should just take the recommendations of the survey.
Mhm.
I agree.
So accept the survey and let's see, how can I word this? Just what I said, site be avoided, accept the survey and maybe condition that the site be avoided by any further ground disturbance.
Mhm. Mhm.
Sound
Yes.
all right?
And follow the recommendations and findings of that report.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's my recommendation. Roll call. Commissioner Cole says yes. Commissioner Dick?
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
And staff says yes as well. Motion carries 4-0. Now we move to,
Thank you.
okay. This is UM 2024-0001, which is continued from August 14th, 2024 meeting. The owner is Redwood Coast Medical Services. The applicant is RCMS, Ara Chakrabarty. The agent is the Design Partnership, David Hall. This is a coastal development use permit modification of coastal development use permit U 2019-0007. U 2019-0007 was adopted by the Planning Commission on November 21st, 2019 to legalize an existing emergency medical services helipad that operates in conjunction with the Redwood Coast Medical Services, RCMS Health Center. The modification excuse me, consists of 3 phases. Phase 1, extending the existing roadway and improve ADA accessibility. Phase 2 is construct an expansion to the existing primary care center. And Phase 3 requests for extension of condition 18 for CDU 2019-0007 for a duration of 5 years. And the location is in the coastal zone within the town of Gualala at the terminus of Ocean Drive, County Road 523, 0.15 plus minus miles east of its intersection with State Route 1, located at 38910 Ocean Drive, also known as 46900 Ocean Drive, Gualala. Parcel numbers 145-200-67, 145-200-68, and 145-200-69. The staff planner is Jesse Waldman. Afternoon, Jesse. You're muted.
Hi, thank you for that long introduction. I'm Planner Waldman for Mendocino County Planning and Building Services. We are back here in front of you today. The board of directors for the Redwood Coast Medical Services, or RCMS, down in South Coast, they have prepared an ARC survey that should be in front of all the commissioners today or in the last couple of weeks. It should be provided to you if you have any questions. I have the site map up of the 3 sites and the proposed development. The medical services, the existing medical services is looking to expand their medical services, provide what they provide to the community, including their parking and expansion of their building, and as well as better flow for emergency vehicle and ADA access to the existing building. There's portions of the development that is only developed with foot traffic. There are portions of the development that is existing with just a paved driveway. It's a well-established paved driveway accessing the building on the northwest side. if you have any questions, I'd be glad to share a site plan with you, or staff is available if you have any other questions.
I think I see that. Is there a owner, applicant, or agent present? If there are,
I would assume that I have either oh gosh, there could be 5 different applicants, but I can't. There's Jim. He is definitely one of the options, Jim Nybakken, but I can't see whoever else is available. But I do have 5 different interested parties, whether it be a board of director, a board member for RCMS, or the architectural firm, or if it happens to be the archaeological surveyor. I'm not sure. There's quite a few board members that are well invested in this project.
well, I see that Mr. Nybakken is here, so let's hear from Mr. Nybakken. State your name and you can go ahead.
My name is Jim Nybakken. I'm on the RCMS board and I head the facilities committee, and I'm kind of acting as the project manager for this expansion project for the Walla Clinic. And what's proposed, and Jesse can put it up on the screen if you want, but there's an addition immediately adjacent to the west side of the existing building that's in a landscaped area, previously disturbed. And then there is a connecting driveway that would go from the back of the building up to the existing parking lot, which would provide greater ADA access and emergency access for ambulances coming to the site. So we retained Archaeological Resource Service to do a study, and they found that there was nothing of any significance in either area that was being proposed for development. So, and that's the long and the short of it, but we're very interested in getting started with this project. We hope to start construction after the Planning Commission hearing and building permits in the spring.
Accept the report.
Is there anybody else that wants to speak on this matter? There is, raise your hand.
So so that means there's no impact to the archaeological resources?
Right.
That's correct.
Right, that's what the report was saying. No sites recorded, and accept the survey and add discovery clause was my notes.
Okay, cool.
So I'll make a motion to accept the survey and add the discovery clause. If that,
Second?
Commissioner Cole, you said thumbs up. And Commissioner Dick
Yes.
and Commissioner Johnson.
Yes.
And staff said yes. So that takes care of all of the
Thank you, Commissioner.
items that, thanks, Jesse.
And thank you all.
Nybakken.
Thank you.
And matters from staff, there's a discussion with consultant for visual and archaeological resources study for the update to the county local coastal program. No action will be taken, and I think we have a representative. If you can state your name and you can go ahead. Or if Julia Prague wants to jump into. Oh, EMC planning, you can go up first.
Hello, good afternoon, commissioners. I do have a PowerPoint presentation. Will that be shared or should I go ahead and share it?
Yes, share.
Okay, let me just rename myself as well. All right, are you seeing the presentation?
Yes, we are.
Great. So good afternoon. My name is Esme Wall. I work with EMC Planning Group here in Monterey, and we are assisting Mendocino County with an update to their archaeological and visual resources chapter of their local coastal program. So there's 3 of us from EMC working with county staff on the project, myself, and then Anastasia Aziz, a principal here who has a lot of experience with LCP updates and certifications, and Vanessa Potter, our registered professional archaeologist, and I believe she's on the call today as well. So the purpose of today's item is to conduct stakeholder outreach and to hear from the Archaeological Commission on feedback on the existing LCP policies that protect archaeological resources in the coastal zone of Mendocino County. So I'll go over the LCP update in a little more detail, and then a discussion on the existing LCP policies and CDP process for archaeological resources, and then just open it up to learn more about the role of the Archaeological Commission and your feedback on the county's current process for protecting cultural resources. So the Mendocino County coastal zone is rich with cultural resources. Our registered professional archaeologists did a Northwest Information Center search for the whole coastal zone, and there were over 700 cultural resources that came back. And the county's LCP was approved in or certified in the 1980s. Since then, the Coastal Commission has adopted additional guidance for archaeological and cultural resources, including a 2018 policy that they adopted for tribal consultation. So our team is looking at updating Chapter 3.5 of the LCP to include new and updated policies for the protection of both visual and archaeological resources. Right now, there's only one archaeological resource policy in the county's LCP. So yeah, we're just meeting with you guys to learn more as the experts about the policy effectiveness, and we've also conducted other stakeholder outreach so far with Coastal Commission staff, Caltrans, and Bureau of Land Management. Oh, this slide's missing part of the text, but the top part was the language of LCP policy 3.5-10. It reads that the county shall review all development permits to ensure that proposed projects will not adversely affect existing archaeological and paleontological resources prior to approval of any proposed development within an area of known or probable archaeological or paleontological significance. A limited field survey by a qualified professional shall be required at the applicant's expense to determine the extent of the resources. And the last sentence says, development in these areas are subject to any additional requirements of the Mendocino County Archaeological Ordinance, and that is Municipal Code 22.12. And that has a slightly different approach than what's listed in the LCP policy that I just read. And that's the process that everyone here is familiar with, that all projects with ground disturbance are referred to the Northwest Information Center for a recommendation. And then if a field survey is recommended, they come back to your commission for approval or modification of their recommendation. So the LCP policy is in slight conflict, it seems like, of the current process. So it could be considered to amend that policy to align better. And there's also no general policies about protection of cultural resources or about tribal consultation in certain circumstances. or about, citing trails away from known resources. So there's some areas that the LCP could be expanded, I think. Oh, there it is. Okay. So the role of the commission, our understanding is that the Archaeological Commission is primarily responsible for ensuring that adequate protection is provided to conserve archaeological sites and resources. And the commission provides oversight of the county process and oversight of the registered professional archaeologists' recommendations, and also provides local knowledge. So I'll just, open it up at this point to commissioner feedback on the commission's point of view on how the current process and policies are working to protect cultural resources in the county, or any other feedback you might have for us as we work on this LCP update. Thank you.
Any comments, commissioners?
I'm not clear where the conflict is between what we're doing now and what is recommended. Can you be just like zero in on what that specific thing is?
Yeah, not quite a conflict on what you're doing. The last sentence of the LCP policy does defer to follow the archaeological ordinance, which is what is followed to what I can tell. But if you read the LCP policy, it does say prior to approval of any proposed development within an area of known or probable archaeological or paleontological significance, a limited field survey by a qualified professional shall be required. So this policy doesn't contain the language that requires a referral to the Northwest Information Center.
No, it doesn't.
That's just something.
Why
we
not?
do.
Seems like everything gets referred to the Northwest Information Center. I'm not sure what LCP stands for either.
Local
Sorry.
program,
Oh, okay.
the zoning ordinance.
What was this? What does this stand for?
Local
The-
coastal. Go
Oh,
ahead.
yeah.
That's me.
Sorry, yeah, the local coastal program, which is the policy document for all coastal development permits in the coastal zone of the county.
One of the things is about the archaeologists are not paleontologists.
Okay.
So are you are you requiring that an archaeologist and a paleontologist always be present for studies?
So this is just the language of the existing policy within the county's coastal program right now. So this isn't a recommendation from us at this time.
Still not clear. So what you're saying is that anybody who's doing a project has to have it surveyed, whether or not the Northwest Information Center recommends that or not?
Well, the last sentence of this policy then says that development is subject to additional requirements of the ordinance. So I think the ordinance overrides. I was just, I guess, recommending, I think that in the update, the policy language could be aligned a little bit better with the current process. But I don't think we need to get too hung up on the existing policy. We more so just wanted feedback on the current process, and if you had any suggestions for us moving forward with the LCP update.
I think the process works the way it is right now. I'm not sure what else we could do to strengthen it. It's similar to other places where I've worked. We send a referral to Sonoma or Northwest Information Center, and then we wait for their comments back, and we proceed accordingly.
Mhm.
So, any other comments, commissioners?
Can't think of any.
Commissioner Dick?
No, I can't think of any either at this moment.
Commissioner Johnson?
No.
Director Krog, would you like to weigh in on this?
Who's that? Who are you asking?
Julia Krog.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, there she is. Yeah, she's muted.
Right. Jesse Waldman, comments? Well, I don't see any comments or questions from anybody. I would just continue doing what you're doing, and we could move forward with the revision.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So then we have matters from commission, and are there any matters from the commission?
Not for me.
Are there any members of the public at the Willis Library location who wish to speak?
No.
So I think we're looking for a motion to adjourn. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Yes.
I'll move it.
Second?
Yes.
Okay, Commissioner Call, yes. Commissioner Dick?
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
And staff, yes. We are adjourned.